怪我こそしないもののきしむような痛みが出るので動きに支障が出ます。なので瞬間的に引き上げすぐに戻すという調節ができるよう練習しました。この方法を今のクラス世界で揺るがない。
Hi everyone, I'm going to react to My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 15, One Thing at a Time. And last episode, Hawks gave Endeavor this book with this code, and he deciphered the code, and the code said that the enemy was the Meta Liberation Army or something or other like that, and that they were gonna act in 4 months, I believe. Yeah, and Deku, Bakugo, and Shoto, they studied at the agency. They joined the agency, so that's what happened last episode. And before then we saw Best Jeanist. Hawks showed up at Best Jeanist's place, and then he did something to him. And I believe that's the reason why Bakugo, there's like there was a notice in the newspaper that they haven't seen Best Jeanist in a while. So yeah, I don't like that. So that's what happened last episode. And before we get into this one, if you guys have a reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please consider supporting my Patreon at patreon.com/feelimini. And now let's start this episode. And here we go. This work study is gonna be fun. Like, it's really gonna be fun. I already had so much fun with this one. Okay, this started this episode with Hawks going to meet basically the League of Villains, because that's who were at the table, and then extra people that they haven't shown us their faces, but I'm pretty sure the guy that first spoke to Hawks is the one that was in the intro, walking by the window or whatever. I'm sure that's the dude. I just don't know who he is, what he still is. Is he a hero? Is he a villain working with the League of Villains? I don't know. But I said last episode when Hawks gave the book to Endeavor, and then he said that he highlighted these pages and everything, and then Hawks told us that he was being watched and all of that. And I'm like, won't these people believe that you're giving them information and whatnot? But then I also said that they might think that he's trying to recruit those heroes into their idea of thinking and everything with the book, And that's basically what this guy said when he congratulated Hawks for doing that. I guess for spreading the message. He said that he understood what the dude's name that wrote the leader of the Destro. Would that be Destro? The guy that spoke at first? I don't know. But yeah. So he said that Hawks understood Destro's message and everything, and then they showed the guy all black, and I'm like, I know the dude. Is he the guy? I'm trying to remember what his quirk was. But I feel like he's the one that sort of like has multiple personalities and stuff. Is it like when he takes off his mask, he is like the regular person? I know there was a particular episode where they showed sort of like his, I don't know if his backstory or something or that. Like they showed him without his villain outfit and everything on and all of that, and then he had multiples of him, I don't know, battling each other. I don't quite remember, but I feel like that's the dude. I just forgot what his quirk is. And then they showed I feel like her name starts with a T, but I might be wrong. Like, it's been a while since I've seen these characters, so it's like I don't remember their names apart from Dabi, who's the only one at the table whose name I clearly remember. And they were looking at she got excited when she saw Deku, right, doing his thing when it comes to the guy that was seeing stuff, visionary star, I don't know. But she saw Deku and then she got excited, and then Dabi said that they were not like the students. They weren't that far advanced in their abilities and stuff. And Hawks was thinking that it's a good thing that he's the one that basically stopped those other three goons that were there. And that had they shown their abilities to Dabby, they would have been like, okay, these kids are further along than I thought, and or something along those lines. So he's glad that he's the one that stopped them. And then he when he left the meeting, he left one of his feather, in the crack so that the door would be open a little bit and he can hear what they were talking about. And I think that's where he heard about the 4 months plan that they had, and they said that Tomura was going to destroy everything or something or other like that. And now Hawk is trying to find a way to stop it. And the book that he gave Endeavor, he told him about the 4 months plan, and then he told him that if when the time comes, he was gonna give him a signal, but if all that fails, then more firepower or something or other like that. And then Endeavor remembered what the commission woman told him about wanting him to train these students to take the work studies seriously. And then that's when Endeavor understood what this was about. They were trying to prepare the kids for the inevitable war that's coming. So Endeavor decided that he was gonna take their training personally. And he came out of his room and he asked all three of them what they were trying to get out of this work study, what they were trying to work on and everything. And then Deku went on his this whole explanation, 15%, 20%. I'm like, boy, I cannot keep up. And then the other hero there, that had the flaming hair or whatnot, she didn't get it, but then Endeavor got what Deku was basically trying to say. He got it down pat, and then he asked Bakugo what he wanted out of this, and Bakugo is like, I want to know what I can do. Because he feels like ever since he had this power, he can do everything. But then he's learned, oh, my bro has grown, man. That being strong doesn't mean you are, I don't know, he's learned a lot. So he wants to know what he can do and what he can improve on so that he can be a bigger hero than the number one hero. He can surpass the number one hero. And there was like, okay, now let's go. But then Trudeau is like, aren't you gonna hear what I want to say? And then he also talked about what he wanted out of this, and what he said basically told Endeavor that he's not doing this because he's his son. He wanted to be closer to his father or something or other along those lines. He's just using him so that he can be the best hero that he can be, and be the best hero that he can be. Be closer to the hero that he admires, which is not his father, but All Might, And then Endeavor understood. He thought that when he agreed, when Choto called him up and wanted him to work with him and everything, he thought that he was giving him a chance as a father. Like he's basically forgiving him a little bit for everything that he's done to him and all that. He's like, nah, I get that's not the case. But then he accepted it, and then he's like, okay, let's go. And then they were he told them about them learning parallel processing and everything, and being able to, I don't quite remember everything that he said. But there was this person that was on a motorcycle. What did this person do? The person was running away. So Endeavor just like, phew. And then he sped up, turned around the corner and everything. And the guy were like, oh, they were so shocked with the way that he usually, when you're trying to run around the corner and everything, you will slow down, and around the corner. But that was not what Endeavor did. He sped up and ran around the corner, and the guy was like, whoop. And then when they got there, Endeavor stopped the person, right? And then they got there, and then Shoto was like, "Did you see what he did?" He called Bakugo. "Did you see what he did?" He's like, "Why you laughing? Why you calling me on this?" Oh my gosh, Bakugo was getting irritated with Shoto and Deku at one point, and even Endeavor, because Endeavor was like, "I saw those three goons, so you guys didn't really, you know, do nothing for me." He got irritated at that point as well. But they were like, he sort of like compressed his fire and used it as some kind of propulsion thing, like how Iron Man does. What am I thinking? Whatever. So that they needed to do that as well. And after everything that they went through, because I believe after that one hero, they Endeavor stopped somebody else. Did he stop somebody else? I don't know. But either way, he told Bakugo and Shoto to work on. What they told him to work on? Was it how to increase their firepower and control it, or something? I forgot. But I think it has something to do with what he did to turn around the corner, like the way he manipulated his fire to turn around the corner and everything. I think that's basically what he was telling them to work on, And then when it came to Deku, he told him to just focus on using, or focus on doing Air Force. He said he can do full cowling like instantly without thinking about it, but when it comes to Air Force, he needed to think about it a little bit. So I think that was his assignment, to try to do both things, try to work on both things, and do both things like instantaneously, especially when it comes to the Air Force, so that he doesn't think about that as well. And he told him to forget about the Black Whip for now, and then that's when Deku brought up, "But you said, to do the parallel processing thing." And he's like, what parallel processing is, you learn two things at a time. Two things. You try to do both things at a time, like at the same time and everything, without thinking about it and whatever. And whenever you got that down, then you add another thing. So he needs to focus on doing full cowling and Air Force, get it down pat, and then they're gonna try to work on his Black Whip thing, because right now he's not there yet. And then the others also need to work on that thing. And, I want to go back and see exactly what he says for them to work on. I love that after they were like on a rooftop or something or other like that, eating, as they were discussing what they needed to do. That was cute. Oh yeah, he did somebody else. There was a truck that was gonna hit this woman. And he was basically telling Bakugo that he needed to. Bakugo was saying that the reason why he wasn't fast enough or whatever, that he needed time in the winter to sort of like get warmed up before he, and then and they were told him, so you're gonna use that excuse, like when somebody is in danger and you don't get there fast enough because you didn't get warmed up fast enough or something like that. Are you gonna use that excuse? Because that's not gonna work, especially when it comes to saving somebody's life. Yeah. So he told Bakugo and Shoto to store their power, condense it, and then release like the maximum output that they can possibly do, like in an instant, and be able to control that or something or other like that. So that's what he told Bakugo and Shoto to do. And then he told Deku to do the armor piercing. That's Bakugo, to do the Air Force and full cowling. Yeah, learn how to do both of those things. So yeah, that's where we're at in this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/FreeLemmy, and you can also see the full info of this reaction there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. As we proceed as the title walk around the three-ring circuit. Where circuit leads, have I like yo, I don't want a 5-star breath.